Welcome back, everybody, to Talk Dodgers to Me.
Episode 6?
6.
Wow.
6, baby. I'm
Okay.
not going to say we're halfway to 10 this time because we're
Your mom loved that one.
We're more than halfway to 10.
I didn't even get to ask you what your mom thought about being on the podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Did she like it?
She did. She thought it was funny. She was
I really liked having her over there.
I know, her hiding in the little corner.
And just her voice chiming in.
She refused to be
and
on camera, which I support. I get it. She had a great time. But on episode 6, y'all, we talk a lot about pickles.
A lot about pickles.
There's a lot of pickle references in all different versions of that.
A lot of pickles. Mm-hmm. And we're back on the win streak.
Back in the win column.
We won 6 in a row.
Yeah, we did.
And we're playing right now.
Nice.
And I wonder if we're winning.
We're playing right now. The Diamondback series is upon us.
So
we talk about what our hopes and dreams are for that series. Mm-hmm. We talk a little bit about, booing. And you know what we didn't talk about, though?
What?
Is how do we feel about booing?
I don't like
it.
I don't think you should boo your own team.
I agree.
I mean, think of the Trey Turner story we talked about last episode.
Yeah.
The fans supporting Trey and encouraging him turned his entire season around.
Yeah. Also because I don't like that people are not perfect, even professional baseball players or professional athletes. They're not going to always be perfect or beyond. People go through slumps. It's a thing that happens.
Exactly.
And booing doesn't help them.
And if you knew anything about baseball, you would know that.
Yeah. Well, and booing doesn't help anybody.
No.
It doesn't make them better. It makes them feel bad.
It's the same thing as leaving a mean comment. There's nothing good that can come out of it.
Exactly. So we didn't talk about that, but we did just right now.
Yeah, so there you go. That's our thoughts on it.
So we talk a little bit about Ohtani and how he's
Adam's
playing.
trying not to laugh back there.
Adam's dying behind the camera. We talked a little about Ohtani, how he's playing. We talked a little bit about some of the dudes and just good things that happened.
I wanted to talk more about Freddie, but it's for another day, I guess.
Yeah, Freddie goes back to Canada, where he's from. Gets to
hit a homer in front of his dad.
Yeah, see his pops, do that whole thing.
I don't think his dad lives there, though, right?
Look,
maybe they just all went together. It was a family trip.
I don't know where people's parents live.
Oh,
I'll say that.
I gave some fun facts about Tyler.
Yeah.
We're just calling him Tyler now.
Just Tyler. Yeah. Remember when I asked who was Tyler?
Exactly. So now everyone knows.
I don't know. It's a pretty common. It's a pretty common
What
name.
other Tyler would we be talking about?
I'm blanking right now, but I'm sure I can find one.
Well, I figured out how he met his girlfriend, so we shared that story.
Yeah. We talk about players' nicknames.
That's really
funny.
That's
a great moment in time. Just wait for that one. You'll get a good kick out of that.
How Allie's feeling 1 week into being engaged.
1 week into bliss.
I became a blacksmith yesterday.
Bliss. Oh, yeah, it's true. She did. Don't mess with
Look
Melissa.
Look at all these cliffhangers.
Is what we learned here soon. We talk about more baseball stories and meeting people in the wild and having long conversations that start because you're playing baseball trivia games in coffee shops.
Yep, in my cousin group chat.
Yeah.
All about baseball.
And we talk about sausages. On multiple levels, I guess.
A lot of food references in this episode.
Pickles and sausages. And
crispy fastballs.
Crispy fastballs. Yeah.
So keep listening for episode 6. Pickles. Do you need a pickleback shot?
I do need a pickleback shot. That friggin' 4-game losing streak, which was not great.
I know.
But the last game we lost was the day I got engaged, and then we won the next day, and then, we
went on a winning streak.
Then we went on a winning streak of 6 games straight, which was very nice up until last night's loss. And
it's okay. We can let them have one.
Yeah. I mean, they're the ebbs and flows.
They played really well.
But, my entire first week of being engaged, they won. So that felt like I won.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They were like, I'm really sorry that we were losing the moment before you got engaged.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it up to you.
But as soon as you got engaged, we're getting back on top,
They're
baby.
celebrating with you.
Yeah, exactly. They were like, oh, we got to do this for Allie. We have to make sure we win for her. So they they got back in the good graces.
Nice. But how was your post-engagement week?
Oh my goodness. It's been lovely. It's been very busy. Work was madness last week. I was in Austin for 24 hours. I was on set for 2 days. I had one day where I was actually here in the office, and then I ran off to San Luis Obispo for a friend's wedding weekend. So haven't had a lot of, breathing moments the past week. But on our drive up to SLO and back, Nick and I started chatting like wedding planning things. Aww. And he actually called me one night last week, and we were chatting about details and stuff, which was cute. And but yeah, I've learned that you actually have to start this stuff pretty freaking quick, and you have to figure out where and the venue and the date, and you can't really do anything else until you figure those things out. I'm just I need a how-to guide, which I know that there are a million how-to guides out there. I've been told that, but which one? Because there's so many. So I don't know. I'm just trying. Well, even
going to the wedding, I'm sure you
soak it in.
We're observing it differently now that you're planning yours.
Yeah,
Does Nick have ideas?
Oh yeah. We already started a fun notes app. No, it'll very much be both of us planning this thing. I mean, the producer in me will have a hard time not being a producer, so I'm hoping that will be to my advantage, and I can haggle and negotiate my way into maybe some good deals potentially. Hopefully, it's the plan. But the producer in me very much, I think, will have a hard time. Not wanting to just do my job, but for this wedding. But it's nice because I think both of us we started a collaborative notes app to where we can just start writing things down that we want and things that we like and ideas we have and stuff. So
that's very exciting.
Very fun.
Do you just sit and look at your ring?
I do. I stare at it a lot. It's very pretty. And it's I feel like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. I may have said that last episode, but whatever.
I don't know who that is.
We're gonna keep it going.
But I'll Google it.
It's the terrifying little creature in Lord of the Rings.
Why does that remind you of?
Well, because he's
a terrifying creature.
He's very. I don't remind me of a terrifying creature. Have you never seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
Have you?
Have I? What? Yeah, I'm a little shocked that she hasn't.
I've never even seen a Marvel movie. I've only seen one Star Wars movie, and it was because we got to go to the premiere of it when I worked here.
Okay, well, talk Dodgers to me movie marathon.
What do you watch? I guess just baseball.
Well, it's interesting. I like real stories. I like real.
Okay, so you are a doc fan.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you keep me in business. I take that.
When I quit here, I was choosing between going to the doc team or doing my life coach certification.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm honored. That's my team. But yeah, so no. Okay, well, Gollum in Lord of the Rings is a character. I don't know exactly.
Can you show me
what he is? But yeah, you want to pull up a photo? I need her reaction on this podcast of this creature. He is truly a creature, but he's obsessed with the ring in Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
And he's like, my precious. He's very obsessed with this ring. The ring has powers, and it
drives
you crazy a little bit.
I
think it's a really great series of movies. Trilogy. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
That.
Yes.
Is what your ring reminds you of.
My ring doesn't.
Show her what you just showed me.
I saw that. My ring doesn't remind me of that. I remind me of that with my ring. Because I'm just staring at it so much.
It's not making sense to me.
I'm staring at my ring being like, my precious. That's my point.
Aw,
I am the creepy character, but I'm not actually creepy. So my favorite thing is I did send that to Nick last week, and I was like, my ring is so gorgeous, I can't stop staring at it. I feel like Gollum. And I sent him a GIF of that. And he laughed. He was like, I was not prepared for that image. He was like, you're significant.
I wasn't prepared for that image.
Yeah, right?
Kind of looks like E.T.
Well, he said, you're significantly cuter than Gollum. And I was like, thanks. I should probably come up with a better reference than that. But either way.
You know what I did yesterday? That's what I got right now.
What?
I was a blacksmith.
More details, please.
Okay.
What did you
I forged
create?
a knife.
Where?
I'm pretty sure that's the correct term.
Yeah, forging sounds about right. Where
Never?
were you forging a knife and why?
I have it in my purse.
Oh my God.
I brought it in case you guys didn't believe me.
Okay, well, I guess that's one reason to have a knife in your purse.
Well, and I didn't take it out from yesterday.
Okay. Details, please?
So, it was my friend's birthday.
Okay. You forge knives often on birthdays?
It's not something I ever imagined I would do, but now I can say I have. Okay. And it was quite an experience. My friend Sarah planned a little surprise for her husband, my friend Mitch.
Okay.
For his birthday, and he likes to do stuff like that.
Okay. My brother would get
this
along.
whole class. I couldn't believe that we were just allowed to do these things. Like, put the metal in 1800 degree heat and smack the shit out of it and file it.
Oh my gosh.
We actually created letter openers.
Okay, but yours is really.
If anyone wants to send me a letter, then I can use it.
Otherwise, it's just going to be her gas bill. It's just
actually my friend Jill and I still mail each other cards for every holiday and birthday.
I have a friend like that. My friend Leah. We're pen pals.
Aww.
It's probably like every handful of months or so, but we send letters back and forth, just how life is going and updates.
It's the best.
And we talk about how it's quite inefficient. We probably should do phone calls more. But I just love the art of letters and words. And
me too. I did it with
so sweet.
both of my grandmothers.
It's so fun.
For years.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you have a letter opening knife.
Mm-hmm. I'll show you later.
In your purse.
Yep. Yep, and I made it.
So don't piss her off. I guess.
It was It was a crazy experience. 4-hour class, wore goggles and.
I'm assuming like hand protection.
No, and I definitely have a blister on my hand. They actually deterred us from wearing gloves.
What do you?
It was
what
wild.
do you do with the metal going into
We were holding tongs.
Nope.
Yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
So that was yesterday.
Okay. Well, that's a good use of the off day that the Dodgers had yesterday. Mm-hmm. For you to, you didn't have a game to watch, and so you forged a knife instead.
Yes.
What'd you do with your day off, Adam?
Today?
Well, no, yesterday.
Oh, you've had a 3-day
He did
weekend.
have the day off, too. Well, we're filming this coming weekend for work. We have some interviews we have to do. And so to make up for the fact that we're working all weekend coming up, I told them to take the day off today.
Nice.
So that
I think he enjoyed it because he rolled in a hat.
Extra happy mood.
And was talking Elizabeth's ear off.
He's having a really hard time figuring out what he did this weekend, though, because
it must have been crazy.
He's not sure.
I don't remember at all what I did. I played basketball today.
Oh, and you broke your finger.
Yeah.
So Adam may or may not have a
hospital.
broken finger right now. But he said he's a man, so he's going to be okay.
Tough it out.
But anyway, on to Dodgers.
How about you look at it now and see where it's at in an hour when we're done recording? See if it swelled up or anything like that.
His thumb?
Yeah.
The way you said that made it sound like it was going to be in a different place entirely.
Well, you know what?
See if it got really swollen or something.
Going back to the good news of I've been engaged for a week, and the Dodgers won 6 games in a row, which we love. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully we lost Saturday game. It was the last.
Oh yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, we lost Saturday game. It was the last game against the Blue Jays. So, but we still took that series 2-1, and then now we are playing the Diamondbacks for a 3-game series, and I really hope we can sweep them. I mean,
me too.
I don't know if that will happen.
I think we will
because we're recording prior, but I hope we do. Just because I feel like I want to stick it to them with the.
Dave Roberts did say that there's no
photo.
Extra meaning or motivation with
do you
what
buy
happened
that, though?
last.
Do you believe that?
No.
Because the last time we played them,
but you know what happens
when
you
you
actually speak how you feel, like Will Smith.
True.
fired up Profar and we lost that series. So
yeah, maybe it's
Dave
reverse
Roberts-
psychology.
you can't let him know.
Don't let them know that you're.
But the fans
pissed off
love
at 'em.
knowing.
We want to know. We're like, tell us more.
Always.
Tell us more. Yeah. So hopefully we can get them back.
I think we're gonna sweep them.
I hope so.
They're not playing that well.
Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're up. I think 4 games in the division right now, and the Padres are behind us. So I think it's the Diamondbacks that are after that, or the Giants. I'm not sure. Is it Diamondbacks or Giants that are after Padres? I do know the Rockies are the last, unfortunately.
I think
for
the
my
Diamondbacks
fiance, which I can say that now. But yeah, his team's not so hot. Although I look, as much as they're in our division and I will want to always beat them, I do like the Rockies. Maybe it's just because they don't seem threatening very often.
They don't put up any memes of Kershaw.
I feel bad of that. They don't put up any mean memes of Kershaw.
Actually, they're the only team in our division that haven't done something obnoxious to us.
That is true.
Like the Giants, the Mickey Mouse ear night or something.
Yeah. Well, and that rivalry goes back for so long. And the Padres, we obviously just really can't stand each other. And now the Diamondbacks. So,
the Giants are currently 3.5 games back.
Okay. The Giants.
And then the Padres are 4.5 games back.
Okay, so the Giants then must have won yesterday.
You know what really sucks?
They did.
And that's why. Okay. What sucks?
It sucks that we haven't been able to welcome Justin Turner back to Dodger Stadium.
That's true.
Because now this is the second year in a row that he's not on our team.
And
Last
we
year we
played
played
away.
in Fenway.
Yeah.
And this year in Toronto. So
Yeah.
I know, at least for me, I would love to be at Dodger Stadium cheering him on when he comes on the field. And I'm sure other Dodger fans feel the same.
Yeah.
And just create that nice moment for him.
Yeah.
Because he was so
It'd be
loved
fun to see him back
by all of us.
in that, it'd be fun to see him back in Dodger Stadium. And he played with us for so long that it does feel weird not having him here, but it's also fun seeing him play well and
He seems really
do
happy.
well somewhere else right now. Also, us going back was the first time we've been to Canada, I think, since like 2016 or something.
I know. And
It's pretty
Freddie
crazy.
hit a homer in front of his dad,
Aww. Yep.
which was really nice.
Oh.
Remember he played for Team Canada?
Yeah. Because his mom is Canadian, right?
And his dad.
And
They're
his
both
dad.
from
Oh, okay.
Canada.
Well, yeah. So, because that's cool for him in a way. It's kind of like that's a home game, like homecoming game, I guess, a little
Yeah.
bit.
Isn't
At least
that amazing?
home country game.
Like those moments that happen that like just fit perfectly for
Yeah.
someone in their life.
Yeah. And I do love that he gets to do that. Oh, but something I don't love that happened.
What?
Ohtani getting booed. Which, like,
Were you surprised?
no, because fans are going to be fans. And I get it. You're butthurt he didn't sign with you.
But
But
was
he
it-
can only sign with one team.
I know, but was it even between the Dodgers and Blue Jays?
There
Like,
was,
I know that whole flight thing that happened,
They were
but
in the mix, I think, and there was rumors of it, but I don't think they were ever actually a real option for him, which, people may not like me saying that, but
yeah.
I think he was pretty set on coming here. Mm-hmm. And it would have had to been some crazy outstanding circumstance for him to
I just
not.
think those fans got so excited that day.
They did.
So in case
That
our
rumor
listeners don't know,
really got him hyped.
yeah, the day before, was it the day before he announced?
It was the day before he announced.
Yeah, the
with
day
the
before
Dodgers.
he announced he chose the Dodgers. There was someone reported that he was on a flight to Canada.
Yeah.
So everyone assumed that meant that he was signing with the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
However, it ended up being a guy
was
from
not
Shark
on-
Tank on the flight, and
Yeah.
Ohtani was sitting at home with his dog.
He was not on that plane, unfortunately.
Coming
for
up
them.
with the photo that he was going to post the next day.
about signing with the Dodgers. So he goes up to bat, gets booed.
Yeah. Really bad.
Not great.
But the Dodgers
then-
team, when he came back, continued to boo him as a joke.
well, they booed him and then he hit a home run.
Yeah. It was pretty perfect.
You can't write that stuff.
And that shut them up real quick.
Yeah. He also hit the longest home. Or was that longest or hardest?
Hardest.
He hit the hardest home run this past week too, which is pretty cool. So.
He's incredible.
Well, like his batting average is insane right now, and he's recovering from elbow surgery. Like, it's kind of ridiculous.
I know a lot of people are saying they want him to just hit.
Most people recovering from elbow, like Tommy John-like surgery, aren't even playing, and he's out there.
How is he able to hit this well?
It's a different arm motion.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, part of the mechanics, I guess.
Actually, two of his hits this past week were like the hardest hit balls in MLB.
He's really
fun to watch. Besides highlights the last year, however long he's been in MLB, I haven't watched him like this. So
See, I would watch him a little bit just because I thought it was really cool that there was someone out there trying to, be better than Babe Ruth and being a two-way player. And there's also just really not any two-way players in the major leagues, and he was so unique that I would go out of my way to watch him and
he has the same stats as Babe Ruth right now.
I know, and it's a different era than it was then.
Like
the pitching was not the same as it was back then. Like, we talked about how hard people are hitting it. They weren't, or how hard people are throwing it. They weren't throwing it that hard back then, and so the fact that he has those stats in this day and age I think it's pretty
He
awesome.
Also has the same stat as Babe Ruth for the amount of games played and the amount of home runs hit, which is really cool. I think it's 176.
Isn't that wild? Nice. Look at you with
Pretty sure.
Look at you with a specific number. Adam's like, absolutely not.
What is it then?
The 176 number refers to most home runs by a Japanese-born player.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and that
got confused.
That's when he surpassed.
So, okay, well,
that's when he surpassed
it's along
Hideki
those
Matsui,
lines,
right?
and if you wanted to look it up, you could.
There you go.
Yeah, it's just a stat. There's a stat that Shohei on
There's
Babe,
a stat for everything.
Babe. Yeah.
Anything you think of, there's a stat for it.
There's
a
stat
really
for
funny.
everything, and they also change constantly because of games being played every day. So
this is the most double that a player has hit in modern day baseball, and it's just so funny.
There's a person who their entire job is just to keep up with that stuff. There's probably a lot of people's jobs who that's all they do.
Wow.
And actually, Nick would love that job.
There's so many jobs that exist that I feel like no one knows about.
Yeah, that you're just not aware of.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Ohtani there's a lot of men left on base when he comes out to bat at times, which I feel like that's just part of that too for the Dodgers a little bit, which I don't love. We leave a lot of guys on base at times.
Okay, there was one of the games.
Oh, so many.
One of the games, there were men on first and third, Rojas and Kike, I believe. No outs. And the bottom three
hit a sacrifice fly and get a guy
They couldn't
home.
do it. That is crazy to me. If you're playing professional baseball, you should be able to get the guy home if there are 0 outs in the inning.
There's 0 outs and there's a dude on third.
Taylor hit.
You know exactly what to do.
They were trying to hit sac flies, but they couldn't get the ball far enough. It was ridiculous. I was very angry.
Ugh. That's the whole point when you go into extra innings, where
that could have been avoided.
It's kind of very routine where the guy's on second, first person comes up, hits a sacrifice fly, moves him to third, another one hits a sacrifice fly, gets that guy home, and then you have one more out to work with, and it's a very if you do this, you do this. I know it's not an automatic guarantee. You just hit a sacrifice fly and you're fine. But
don't you feel like hitting a sac fly shouldn't be that hard for a professional baseball player? Like, if you just want to pop it up and
I want to say
go to center field,
but I also know it's probably not that easy.
I know.
Once again, because I have
one of my viral
I have
moments.
hit a few balls. So have you. We have to really post those at some point.
Oh my God, I forgot.
And it's very hard, even when they're not throwing at 90
They do say that
miles per
hitting
hour.
a
So
baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Okay, I heard something like that where it was talking about the top 3 hardest things to do, and the triple axel was up there.
Oh wow!
For ice skating. I do think that a triple axel is harder than hitting a baseball from a major league pitch. Maybe I'm wrong.
What do you think?
But that seems pretty freaking hard. I can't do either. So, there's
sleeping?
that.
I can't tell.
The other third option was running a marathon. And that one I don't feel like should be up there. Because people run marathons a lot. I don't feel like running a marathon should be in there. Even though I can't do any of these three. But I don't know. Is hitting a baseball
way more
harder?
Before marathon.
I agree. But is hitting a baseball harder than a triple axel? I don't know. They both seem very complicated.
So
There's only one way to find out.
Go try.
We got to go try both.
Guys, okay.
I'm down.
We'll report back on that. We are going to be able to accomplish neither of them with all three of us in this room. But
that's not
great.
true. We were gymnasts. I used to be able to do a double full.
A triple axel is on ice
That's
skates.
just one more twist.
It's on ice skates.
No, it's like 19 more twists.
It's a lot more
there.
twists. Yeah, no, definitely not. I can ice skate around the rink like a normal human being. I can't jump and turn and twist.
Did you know that Adam has rollerblades? Maybe he knows how to do a triple axel and just isn't telling us.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Can you picture him, though, in rollerblades?
Weirdly, yes.
Really? Where do you blade?
That's what I did over the weekend. I went to Venice Beach and did a triple axel on my blades.
Nice.
Man of many talents back there. Well, while we're also talking about other random fun facts, you got some fun facts about Mr. Tyler Glasnow.
Always.
Tell me.
He's my new favorite.
Tell me the fun facts.
Okay.
My one fun fact is that he called himself a little radar slut, and I really liked that. I thought that was fun.
I like that.
Nice.
Where'd he say that?
I don't know, some interview he did.
Oh, well, I was listening to him. I don't remember on which one, but he talked about how he met his girlfriend.
Aw.
Which was really cute. When he was playing for the Rays, he saw her in the stands.
Stop it.
Yeah. So he asked the photographer to look through that long lensed camera.
Yeah.
And had one of the ball boys or bat boys take a ball with his number on it and bring it to her.
Stop it.
And he wrote on it, if you have a boyfriend, ignore this, but if you don't, and wrote his number.
Oh my God, stop it.
So the next day.
Has that ever happened before?
That is my dream.
I was going to say, that's every single baseball-loving girl's dream.
Didn't that happen to Kate Upton? Like, yes. Justin Verlander rolled her a ball or something?
Yes, but Kate Upton was still Kate Upton at that time.
True.
Like, she was a famous
However,
model.
Tyler's girlfriend is awesome because she came back. I guess she had tickets to the next game, too. Found a ball, wrote her number on it, got it to him, and wrote, no, you text me.
Cute. Wait, how did she roll him up? Well, I guess she had good seats.
I don't know.
Well, if he saw her, she must have had good seats to begin with.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
you have to be.
He had to look through the long lensed camera. Does that have a name?
How did what? I want to. Now I'm so intrigued. We need him on the podcast so I can ask him.
I know.
How what was it? How far away was she? And what was it that he noticed? That's so cool.
I don't know. Maybe she's just.
I like that.
I don't know.
Maybe she was just screaming at the top of her lungs. And he was like, "I like that passion." I don't know.
Yeah,
but
they're
is
still
funny.
Together.
Aw, cute. Mm-hmm. Even though he's out here, is she still in Tampa?
I don't know.
Well, get on that.
He didn't tell us.
Well, I'm gonna need you to work on those details, okay?
I'll see what else I can find.
That's really cool, though. But that is kind of like every baseball
That's truly
single
my dream.
Girls loving dream is just to be at a game and have a professional baseball player be like, "Hey, you." Mm-hmm. Damn.
And not just anyone, but
as
Kike Hernandez calls him, a sex god.
Yep, we all want one of those just ringing our phones up, don't we? I guess. Yeah.
Yep. You know what else I was hearing about?
What?
So every year the baseball players have Players Weekend.
Yes, they do, which is always very fun.
I really don't know anything about it except for that they get to wear nicknames on their jerseys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is a good time. So tell me the nicknames that you like.
About it. Okay.
Melissa's got some nicknames she wants to remind us of that she really liked in the past. But hold on.
But they're not doing that anymore.
They're not letting them do that?
Why? They don't want them to have any fun?
Well, I don't know
Well,
why.
first they give them uniforms that rip.
Yeah, that's weird.
And are
There's
really
been
crappy.
so many.
Have you seen the videos of players
Yeah, they
like
slide.
sliding and the pants
stand
just
up.
are completely ripping in half?
Yeah, they stand up and you're just like, well, there's your leg.
There was also a zoomed in image of something else.
Oh,
Because the pants are very see-through.
they are. Yeah. Not great quality. When you try to cut corners in a sport in which has a lot of contact.
Why would that be the corner they're cutting?
Yeah, it shouldn't be.
There was a report. They're fixing that.
They are fixing it. It came out today. I didn't get to that part
That's
yet.
good.
Sorry. Jump the
Adam
gun.
just stole your show.
But I was
Okay.
remembering some
Tell me the
nicknames
ones.
of Dodgers from the past.
Okay, tell me.
Okay. Just what would you think a nickname would be for Rich Hill?
Dick something?
Okay,
I don't
Rich
know. 'Cause,
Hill.
like Richard.
Rich Hill.
Richard Dick.
Dick Mountain.
Dick Mountain. Oh my God, I remember that.
How good is that?
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah, that was great.
I don't know if
I had
anything
a-
can ever beat that.
I had an Uncle Dick whose name was Richard once.
You know what I forgot to tell you?
Makes
The
no sense though
episode
why
you
that
talked about
connection is the case.
Stanley Tucci. I have an
Yes.
uncle, Richard,
Yeah.
who looks exactly like Stanley Tucci. Like he gets it on the daily.
Stop it. Does he live in New York by
He
chance?
does.
That's probably who my friend saw one time. My friend
Honestly,
texted me.
maybe.
My friend texted me. She was in the subway in New York. She's like, I just saw Stanley Tucci. He just walked by me. I promise you it was him. I was like, I don't think you did. Stanley Tucci, I'm pretty sure lives in London.
I'll show you a
And he's
picture of
probably
him
not
later.
taking the subway when he's in New York. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I was like, I highly doubt it. She swore up and down. I
What
bet
if
it was
she-
your uncle.
She saw my Uncle Richard.
I really hope she did because that would just make my
Oh
day.
my gosh. He goes along with it sometimes and he'll just be like, oh, yes. But like,
He'd be like, yes, I'll make
He's
you a martini
hilarious.
later.
he really looks exactly like him. It's
fun.
pretty crazy.
Ugh.
So
He
we
got sexy. He people called him like sexiest man
Is he
for
your
a while.
celebrity crush?
He's not in that way. Not
Mm-hmm.
in like a ooh, like he's so hot. It's more of like I just
No,
love
I know you
Stanley
love him,
Tucci.
yeah.
he just seems so wonderful and so lovely. And I don't really care much about celebrities or actors and any of that stuff. We've had that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I think athletes are really cool because of what they do. But I think working in this industry, it kind of breaks a little bit of that facade for you of
Yeah.
these people are just people. But Stanley Tucci, he's so suave and debonair and he just seems like such a lovely time. And I want to hang out with him. So I guess if I had to have a celebrity, favorite, it's definitely Stanley.
Okay.
But anyway,
So
back
back
to sexy Tyler, sex god, as
back
PK
to
called him.
Dick Mountain.
Oh, yes, wait. Long story, back to Dick Mountain, my bad. Wow, this one's really going to be an explicit
The only other nickname
one, but
I remember.
not because we're talking about anything bad, but more
These
about
are the moments we need.
Richard, the connect. Why is Dick the nickname for Richard? Can someone please
really
explain
would
this
love
to me?
to know.
Because like William being Bill is like, I guess I get it, but still kind of odd. Like Tim from Timothy makes a lot of sense.
Duh. Yeah.
But Dick to
What do you
Richard, I
think,
got
Adam?
nothing.
I think Dick Mountain should be a ride in Vegas.
In Vegas?
Something like that. Yeah.
Ross Stripling was Chicken Strip.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I liked that one too.
What was the one you were talking about, Adam?
Cal Raleigh from the Seattle Mariners. His nickname is the Big Dumper.
Oh my god. That's a good one.
Can you say why?
He has a large butt, and he hits long home runs.
I'm
Oh my
dead.
gosh.
I think it's more about the butt, but
I do look. I love a good butt joke. I've said this before. A good butt reference or a good butt joke. I'm here
Yep.
for it. So the big
Pete-
dumper is
Pete
great.
Alonso, I think his teammates call him the
Polar bear.
flying. Oh, who's the flying squirrel on that team?
Is that what's his name?
Which
I
one
can't
looks
remember.
like a squirrel?
But polar bear is
Yeah.
Pete Alonso.
Wish
I mean,
remembered.
Cody Bellinger kind of looks like a squirrel a little bit to me.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, he kind
don't
of just
get
looks like he's
squirrel
high all
vibes.
the time.
There
Which
was
I know
another
people say
stat
that all the time. It's
about
not just
him
me.
that he hit his like 4th home run on 420 for the last 4 years.
Oh my
like
gosh,
something crazy like
funny. Yeah, people would make that connection because I actually don't think he's a big pothead.
that. No.
But his face just kind of looks high all the time.
You can't be if you play baseball.
I know. But his face just kind of does look high a lot of the times. I don't know.
Jeff McNeil
He's doing just
is
fine.
the flying squirrel.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mr. McNeil.
And yes, Belly does look like a stoner.
He does. It's very funny to me. He's also very like kind of paper thin.
Yeah.
Like we've talked about people having butts. Cody doesn't have one.
Also, his batting stance, I feel like stands up straight. He just stands up straight.
Isn't it interesting?
Doesn't bend his knees.
All the different batting stances that there are and how
Freddie's is like a golf swing almost.
Yeah.
Mookie does this.
Mookie's high up.
Does this
it's just
thing.
really interesting. Like everyone has their own way in which they feel comfortable and that they get a good swing around. And I just think it's cool how it can be so many different. You can get the same effect hit by, a single or a home run or whatever it may be by so many different approaches, I guess.
know. Well, they have to know
Sure,
their
there's
bodies
science.
so
There's
well.
science behind it, I'm sure, but
Yeah, they have to know their bodies really
Yeah.
well and I guess what performs best for them.
Yeah.
You know what? I do want to correct myself on something because in the
Ooh, what'd you
past
do?
I said when one of the days that we were just raving about Mookie, which still am, but I said
offensively it's probably not, he might not be leading the league, but he is in the running for the MVP right
It's
now,
incredible.
in my personal opinion. Even with playing average defense right now, he is up there.
Yeah, but
feel
I
like,
really
in the
do think
conversation.
that's, and we've talked about this, but I do think that's why he's playing so well because he has this extra challenge and this extra motivation.
Yeah.
But in one of the previous episodes, I said he was showing up to the ballpark 1 hour early to do, to work on things. He's actually showing up 3 hours early.
If only we all had
Sorry,
that kind of
Mookie.
dedication. Yeah, we lowballed you.
I know.
How dare we?
I know.
Not cool. Not cool. You know what is cool?
Tell me.
The Twins and their summer tangy sausage.
What?
Wow, we're still on the Richard Dick conversation in Dick Mountain. There's a sausage being thrown around in Minnesota.
Oh, yes. Tell me more.
All I got for you is there is a home run sausage that has been in a package, unopened.
Doesn't it smell?
Probably. The coach or the manager was talking about how he's afraid for the day when that thing opens on somebody because it's
Oh my
gonna
gosh,
be
that's going to be gross.
horrible.
But they said it's bringing them luck, right?
Yeah, that's the whole joke is that like it's bringing them luck. So they keep getting hit, so might as well keep the sausage around. But
I hope
it's
that it
just-
breaks on Carlos Correa.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Isn't
I
he-
would be
he's on the
really
Twins.
okay with that. He is on the Twins, and I would be more than okay with that. Yeah, no, the manager described it as a summer tangy sausage, which I was here for that. I was like, wow. He's like, I looked at it this morning. I was like,
I love all these food references.
I
Austin Barnes
know.
called Yamamoto's fastball crispy. He's like, I knew it was going to be a good game when I saw him warming up. And his
Oh, I love
fastball
the
was looking
details.
real crispy.
I love the details. It's so fun.
And Austin Barnes is doing really
He's
well.
been doing really well. We let him be up front tonight again for the
he's
second
been
week in
hitting,
a row.
And usually
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean,
yeah, he's a
the-
great catcher.
He's the fill-in guy.
But he's doing really well.
He's been playing very well.
He's gotten a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
Will Smith is on fire.
We'd love to see
No one
it.
talks about him.
Well, remember, he's vanilla, says Dave Roberts. And
know.
so I
Do you think it's
vanilla doesn't get
because
noticed very often.
Of his vanilla personality? Because he's not so
Maybe, yeah. Well, yeah, because he's
willing to talk to the media and stuff like that.
Well, I think it's just more that if you have to be really interesting or controversial or insane, like, I don't know, you have to either be the star of the show and or you have to be doing something that's getting people's attentions for them to really pay attention.
Well,
Do
he's
you?
getting people's attention now because
He's playing very
I think he had like a 4 for 5 game over the weekend. Yeah, he's He's great.
Yeah,
we're very lucky to have him.
We have two.
Isn't it funny that he's performing or hosting that comedy night? Mm-hmm. Will Smith is hosting
which is not the person I would ever imagine.
I think that's why they chose
would be
him.
doing this.
He's doing an event to, for his charity.
Yeah, with
Catching Hope, I think it's called, next week.
With like Netflix is a joke.
Yep.
Is the series or is the thing that they do? It's like an event. Mm-hmm. And there's multiple of them, but he's hosting one. He's not telling jokes, by the way.
I hope that he does.
That would be so weird.
I bet he has a joke or two.
Yeah, might have a good dad joke
in his intro.
Yeah.
I hope some teammates are there too.
Ooh, that would be fun. Melissa, I think, is gonna go. Right?
I'm going.
I might go.
Tell me about the couple you met.
Oh my gosh. It was so great. So we are up in Slow this past weekend for a friend's wedding. And Nick and I went and got breakfast. And at breakfast, we like to play on the MLB app that I introduced you to Beat the Streak. Mm-hmm. There's the little icon where you can do MLB Play. And they have all the bunch of little games in there. And Nick did the Immaculate Squares, which you get 9 guesses to make the connections that they're
fun,
asking
actually.
for you.
You really have to know all the teams and all the players.
You have to. I mean, and you have to know some deep cuts at times as well. And Nick went perfect, 2 for 2 days in a row, and I was like, "Well done, baby." And so we played that, and then we played the pickle together. And I actually got the pickle. Kinley Jansen was the pickle, I think, on Friday or Saturday. Kinley Jansen was the pickle answer, and I was like, I got that.
I don't know what the pickle means.
So it's kind of like Wordle, but for baseball players, and they call it pickle. And you just start by guessing a player, and it will tell you if you're right in one of the categories, it'll put it as green. If you were close, it will go yellow,
so it's like
so
hot
that you
and
can
cold.
kind of know. Yeah, a little hot and a little hot and cold. But it's their position, if they're a righty, a lefty, where they're born, their age, the team they're on, and the league that they're in. Mm-hmm. And so those are all the criteria you have to get. But if you get one right, but it's not that player, it'll show up as green. So you know this player has those things, but they're not on that team, and you're trying to figure it out. So it's kind of like Wordle in that way.
Gotcha.
Where you can like have a hot and cold of
That
like
sounds
this
fun.
letter's in
I
it.
do well with the personal facts.
Yeah, you would. You're like, I know their ages. Got this. But so we played the pickle. We got that, and then we went and grabbed coffee at a place. So we were sitting there, and we were playing. They have other just like trivia games on there, and I think the one I was playing at the time had to do with, can you guess the right spelling of these players' names? And you'd be surprised, because obviously some of them you're like, oh, that's how it's spelled, but it's actually like one random weird letter off or something. Baseball players have some funky names out there sometimes.
I know. Wait, one thing about pickles.
Yeah. Oh, tell me.
Before
Before
it
you
just
get off the
falls out
pickle?
of my head. If you didn't notice, Tyler left the game with cramping.
Cramps. Yeah.
Really scared me, because Tyler, please don't
Because
get hurt.
we don't need him to go down. We
No.
don't need any pitchers to go down, and we need them back, actually.
Yes.
So, okay, tell me about
So,
pickles. Where are we going with this?
well, he said that to help his cramps, he drinks pickle juice.
Oh, I feel like I've not heard that for him before, but I've heard that you can do that and it helps.
Yeah, so I guess that's his cure for cramps.
If only that worked for
Maybe
us.
that'll help your thumb, Adam.
I'll go home and try it.
Do you like pickle juice?
I actually,
Have you ever had a pickleback shot?
yes, I have. But I grew up with pickle pops growing up in Alabama. We would have them at football games where you could go for 25 cents. You get like a frozen pickle pop. And it was just frozen pickle juice that you ate like a popsicle. It was actually pretty good.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it tastes better than it sounds in my
Yeah,
head
I mean,
right now.
it's very sour.
I do like pickles.
But if you like pickles, then you'll probably like frozen pickle juice.
I don't know the last time I said pickle so much.
Pickles, pickles, pickles. But
moving on.
So anyway, back to my story.
Yeah.
We're sitting there and we're playing this trivia game, and this couple next to us, they're like in their 60s. Nick and I were talking about baseball, and we were talking about the trivia that we were playing, and they made a comment about it, and then we started talking because clearly they were into baseball, and it led to literally probably an hour and a half just lovely conversation with this random couple in the coffee shop that we had never met before. They were tired and were down visiting some family and some friends, but they both grew up in the Bay Area. And they're Giants fans. And it was honestly a really fun conversation. We said I was a Dodger fan. Nick is a Rockies fan. We were just all talking about going to games. And they were telling me how, because we had mentioned something. Oh, we had talked about how we had gone up to the Giants stadium and gotten to see a home run splash. And they headed into McCovey Cove. And where we were sitting, we were talking all about it. And then we had mentioned how we're trying to hit up every stadium, and we need to get up to Oakland before this year's over. And they were telling us how when their sons were younger, they're in their 20s now, but when their sons were younger, they would plan road trips around near where stadiums were, and they would go like see the Grand Canyon and then hit up at an Arizona game when they were playing the Giants. So they would go intentionally see the Giants in other stadiums and plan other like vacation events around it.
Wow.
And their sons, like, they love baseball and they're big Giants fans. And so it was just a really
so cool
story to be like bonding moments with your kids about, letting them see other parts of the country and go on vacation, but then also, get to tour these baseball stadiums. And
I love that.
So it was really lovely. And then that led to a lot of other conversations.
Are they still doing it? Maybe not like as a whole family, but like...
Not as a whole family, but yeah, like they still love to go see games. And I mean, right now they're actually going to do an immersion course in France. Wow. Where they just like continue to learn French. So I was like, these people are really living my dream retired life over here.
Love them.
So John and Anne, you guys were lovely. And it was so much fun to have conversation. And once again, that's what I kind of love about baseball is there's so many different kinds of stories out there, and you can run into random people that you don't know at all, and it just becomes a whole long conversation where you talk about this kind of stuff, because it was just me and Nick talking about baseball and somebody else chimed in. And there's been a million times where I've done that too, where somebody's saying something and I feel the need to be like, oh yes, here's like my 2 cents. And then that starts this long conversation that you go into. And we even talked a little bit about how the Dodger Giant rivalry is, as much as we really don't like each other and we want each other to lose, and there's definitely probably some hatred in there for sure. It does feel like there's a little bit more of a respectful, maybe not always, because you do have the Madison Bumgarner, Max Muncy moments that happen in there. But it does feel more of like a classy rivalry versus ours with the Padres. That's just mean.
Yeah.
And feels...
Actually, Manny mentioned...
Feels dirty.
Getting booed at Dodger Stadium in one of the interviews I saw of him.
Did he? What did he say about it?
So that means to me that it does bother him. Even all the times he's asked about it and says, no, I don't hear it or whatever. He did talk about...
Look, anybody boos you, you're hearing it. Even if you say you don't. Like, yeah, you do.
I guess they were talking about how he has a bad reputation.
Yeah.
But how anyone you ask who knows him says he's the best guy and he's an amazing leader, which I can see.
Yeah.
And there was a game that I saw him standing and signing baseballs for kids way longer than anybody else did. That was very nice.
Not actually a bad dude.
But he was just talking about how he really can't let that bother him. Like, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
His close friends and family knows who he is.
Well, that's really what actually matters if you look at it in the grand scheme of things.
And he just said, like, he said, I think he said something like, you have to drown out the noise, like when you're getting booed relentlessly every time you go to Dodger Stadium.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. But, my one last pickle story, though.
More pickles?
More pickles. So,
That's the name of the episode.
more pickles, please.
Pickles, pickles, and pickles.
All the pickles.
Pickles?
The name of it is pickle juice helps cramps. It's the name of this episode. But no, as we were driving back from Slow today, we did the pickle. Because what else do you do but play MLB trivia games to pass the time when you're riding in a car? So we did the pickle, and I started guessing, and I got it right on the 4th try. I think they give you 9 guesses to get it. I got it on the 4th try, but I'm sad about who it was, and that like I picked that because I just don't like this player.
Tatis?
Nope.
Profar?
Nope.
Manny?
Go back to like a different hatred.
The trash.
Mm-hmm.
Correa?
No, who's the person
George
I hate the
Springer?
most? No.
Alex Bregman.
Yeah. Fact.
Was that 9 tries for me?
Yeah, that was our 9th. There you go. That's her version of the pickle today was that. No, because I started out with, I did start with somebody from the Dodgers because why not? I do that. It's fun. And then one of the things led me to say, okay, well, it's AL West, not NL West. And I went through all the NL teams, and it wasn't any of those, except for the A's. I didn't go through the A's because I was like, who the hell plays on the A's? Truly,
Alex Wood and Ross Stripling, former Dodgers.
Well done. They are former Dodgers. I didn't know they were with the A's. Other than those 2 names, and prior to you telling me that, I probably could not tell you an A's player right now. Which is really sad because I have friends who are A's fans, and man, the A's fans, it is so not fair and unfortunate to them because they just really get raked over the coals. Like they love that organization. Like they love their team, and the fans are legitimate, and it's mean that their owner can do what he does to them. Yeah. Like he should have the team stripped from him, and I don't know that you could actually do that. But with the way that it works, like he makes money on making his team horrible.
That
is
crazy.
Like decimate. They get good players, and then they ship them off. They make so much. He makes so much revenue stream because it's all about like he doesn't.
Why would he be making money if they're playing poorly?
Okay, Adam, you might have to like help explain this a little bit to me. But because of how the revenue stream works within the MLB, he doesn't spend.
Okay, so he's not spending.
So he's making a ton of profit, so he barely spends anything.
Why doesn't he just sell the team then?
Because he's making a lot of money.
You know, there's a show coming out about
hella rich doing
the
what
Clippers
he does.
owner, Donald Sterling.
No. Ooh, no. But I'd be intrigued to watch it.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching. When I worked at Spago, he used to come in and was awful.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And when all that was happening, I was rooting for them. I wanted them to do well because of that crazy situation. Yeah. But he got the boot. Mm-hmm. And then Steve Ballmer took over the Clippers.
Yeah. And now they're getting their own new stadium.
I know.
That's like almost done.
They're playing really well this year.
Yeah. Although I will say I am actually rooting for the Nuggets. I know that they're playing the Lakers. Look, don't get mad at me. I never felt an allegiance to like an NBA basketball team. But that was a long story short to go back to that. It made me sad that I was correct with my pickle pick.
Oh, the Pickles.
But because it was with Alex Bregman. But when it came down to it, it was between picking an Astro player or an A's player. And I was like, I don't know any A's players to pick right now. So I was like, ugh. I knew it was a USA-born player. Mm-hmm. I knew it was a righty-righty. And I knew it was around 30. And I was like, ugh, Alex Bregman. And then I was right. I was like, ew. Oh, it felt dirty, but it also was like, I won.
Another Astro did pretty well against us.
Which one?
From the Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah. Mr. friggin' George Springer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still don't like him either.
Nope.
Anyway, do you have any fun stories? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, we tell me about your Mets family because we lost.
I should have cut that.
We lost.
It was terrible timing. I made a funny comment. I was just joking. and they heard it. And my cousin Katie quoted me in text and then said, "Go at 'em." I said something along the lines of not rubbing it in their face that the Dodgers are so good.
Oh, yeah.
And then
You
the
did.
Mets destroyed us.
Yeah,
and then our episode came out. So the timing was very terrible.
Our timing was not impeccable in that moment.
No. But my cousins and I have a group chat that we talk baseball in, which is very fun. And I asked them what their favorite games were. And I got different answers from all of them.
Fun.
So I'm just going to read some.
Yeah. Let's read some story time. So your story time is via your conversations. My story time was like in the wild. Which is fun.
I love that.
I like an in the wild
That's
moment.
my favorite.
Yeah.
Like meeting someone random and just connecting.
Meeting a stranger and having an hour-long conversation and then being like, oh, by the way, what is your name? Mm-hmm. Because I don't know if that's just a Southern thing or if that's just I
think when you're a
personable
people person.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and friendly.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me your
stories.
stories.
So I said, guys, can you tell me your favorite baseball memory or favorite game you've been to? My cousin Evan says, Wilmer Flores walk-off home run 2015. He said he was with his dad and it was against the Nationals. And then Katie chimes in, technically I was also there, but she left before the walk-off. It was 12 innings.
But she left?
I know.
No.
You know I told you you're
can't
very
do
similar
that.
to her.
You cannot leave. I don't care how many innings it's been. You cannot leave.
Oh yeah, and then Evan
you're
did
tired.
wow, Katie.
Yeah, I would give her some heat for that. I'd be like, bro.
And I guess
How
the
dare
day
you.
after. Wait.
Like, you don't have to stay for the fireworks, but you got to stay for the end of that game.
The day before he did that, Wilmer went in the media was asking him questions and he started crying, saying he thought he was going to get traded.
Oh.
And then the next night he hits a walk-off home run.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Prove him wrong.
Those are good moments.
And then Katie said hers was World Series game in 2015 with our Uncle John, who I have a very funny story about.
About Uncle John?
That just came to my head of someone thinking he was a homeless person.
Oh, no.
And my cousin Justin was there. She said, absolutely incredible. The atmosphere, everything was perfect, except we lost both games I went to. So it's not all about the wins. It's just the experience.
You know, sometimes the experience can be good enough. It's great when both of them happen.
And then she had to chime in and say the series that they destroyed the Dodgers was also in her top moments.
Well,
then she gave me her least favorite.
That's just a dig for you.
Yeah.
She gave you
She did that on
her
purpose.
least favorite?
Oh yeah. She goes, least fave is much easier.
Oh.
She gave me a list of 5. Wow. Chase Utley, former Dodger, is in 2 of them. She said his slide against Ruben Tejada.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
I know his name. I don't know a ton about him, though.
I don't know. Ooh, Matt Harvey, highly anticipated return to the mound, which Justin and I had tickets behind home plate just for him to give up a home run to MF Chase Utley.
I am more jealous they had tickets behind home plate.
I know.
How'd they get those?
I don't know. I'll report back next time.
By the way, I feel like we should go to a game when Uncle John comes in town.
I bet he will.
I feel like that would be a fun time.
You would love him. He is hilarious. I think I could tell this pretty quick. So, he drove to a game.
Okay. She already is laughing. It's already funny.
So, they're driving from New Jersey to Citi Field. And somehow, from home to the gas station, he lost his flip-flops that he was wearing. Oh, he said he was wearing slides. Somehow, he lost them. Couldn't find them anywhere. So, he couldn't...
I'm so confused.
Oh, we have no idea. He just lost one of them.
So he was just shoeless at the gas station?
So he realized
That's
when he was
gross.
at the gas station that he only had one of his shoes. He has no idea where the other one is.
Okay.
And, you know, he's pretty close to Citi Field at this point.
Yeah.
And they're not going to let him in without shoes.
That's true.
So he had to walk in Queens to find like a Foot Locker.
Oh, no.
And they wouldn't let him in because they thought he was homeless because he wasn't wearing shoes. And he's like, no, I need to come in so I can buy shoes.
He's like, I have real money.
You know why you'll love Uncle John also? He has an Italian restaurant.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Is it in Jersey?
Yeah.
Okay,
In Ridgewood, New Jersey, where me and Jason Hayward are from.
There you go.
Ooh, I could go for some chicken franchise.
Well, I have a thought on Hayward in a second. But we should go to New York so we can go see a game at Citi Field because I have yet to go there.
Oh,
and
yes.
I need
we can
to knock that one off my list. But then also we could get Italian at Uncle John's.
Oh, you'll love it.
That sounds like a really great day.
Uncle John would love it too. My whole family would.
Here for that. But speaking of Jay Hay, and I think we can, maybe wrap this bad boy up with this is he's not progressing as fast as we would like, which is a bummer. But Andy Pages, I'm never going to say that man's name right. Pages. I want to just really call him Pages, but that's not right.
If you watch our last episode, you could see me really trying to hold in my laughter when you called him that.
But I called him Andy Pages because I clearly didn't know how to say his
I
name.
love him.
He is
Team Andy.
Team Andy. Look, we need to find a way to keep him around because he's really breathing
I
some
don't think
life.
we need to find a way. I think he's in.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna have to like.
However, Jackson Holiday, I think, got sent back.
He did. He got relegated back to the
All right,
minors.
Andy, keep it up.
But no, Andy he's breathing some life into the back of the lineup there and into the outfield. Truly.
Yeah.
Other than Teoscar, who's obviously playing very, very nicely. But because even though I love me some Kike, he is playing better than Chris Taylor. But Chris Taylor's not doing too hot right now. Which both are like beloved.
Better though.
Both are beloved Dodgers.
Better.
But results do.
I really want
matter.
Kike to step it up.
I do too. Well, he had a double tonight and scored and got an RBI. So, it's nice to see Andy come in and actually be playing really well.
He seems really
but he's out
just
there
calm and collected.
Hayward's not as speedy of a recovery as I think they would have.
I think I'm missing him in the dugout. And I think they are too. Like
You're missing his personality?
Yeah. His leadership.
Mm-hmm.
Someone asked Dave Roberts
he does have a great
who the
leadership.
leaders are this year.
Yeah.
And he said there's not really one standout, but if he were to say, like, who are those people, it's the first one he said was Jason Hayward. And he said they all have different types of leadership. You know, some are more vocal. Mookie, I think, is more of a lead by example guy.
Yeah.
Miggy Rowe.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He provides the good energy.
Yeah.
And is just willing to help anybody. I mean,
That's
look
true.
what he's doing with Mookie right now.
That's true. Well, yeah, I guess it's not like you give up a position. You do what your managers are telling you you're going to do. But to be so willing to say, yeah, step into this role that is the role I was playing. I'm going to help you get better at this.
Well, it also seems like
team.
That's what he feels like his role is on the team right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. So.
And that they don't think that he can last a whole season at shortstop just because of his age and body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Back to the bodies.
Back to the bodies. We always get back to the bodies. That body, yaddy, yaddy.
Pickles.
Back to the pickles, guys. But yeah, so it's, we want our players to get better. But Hayward, didn't know he's from Jersey, just like you. Mm-hmm. Look at you two peas in a pod.
I don't know if he grew up there, but I read that he was born there. That's what Wikipedia told me.
Okay. And Wikipedia.
On one day that I was Googling Jason Hayward, I guess.
And
we'll leave you with that.
I don't put it past you at all. Who do we miss today?
Oh. I'm really bad at this.
Yeah,
no,
I feel
got him.
like I need to prep you in advance.
I got him.
Okay.
The two guys on the A's. Because I really liked Alex Wood and I really like Ross Stripling.
I do too. They were good dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They were good dudes. Man, it feels like a lifetime ago that they were on our team.
I know. But we wish them the best with the A's.
We wish you the best on the team that we do not know anyone else on.
Exactly. And good night.
And cheers. Cheers to that, folks. See you next week.